Hello everyone, hope you're having an amazing day, evening or night. In this video, I want to show you something that I feel like it's going to be very beneficial for your business. And it has to do with uh, getting feedback from customers, users, or clients, whatever you name them in your business. But how can you get a feedback and at the same time, if it's a very unsatisfied or angry or mad customer or user, how can you kind of like change that? Get the feedback, but at the same time have them not going somewhere else like on Yelp or Google to write a bad review, right? So if you have the opportunity to avoid that first, then the odds of them going and giving you a bad review somewhere else are less likely. It could still happen, but at least this is gonna kind of like help you a lot by you providing something. Now, a lot of the times you don't know what the reaction is going to be for the client. So, what I'm going to show you is how to create a form that is going to filter specific coupons based on what are you going to be getting, you know. So, if they give you a 1-star review, 2-star reviews, or even 3-star reviews, how you can give them a 50% coupon, for example, right? Now, you can give them anything else, or you want to reward them with something else. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to show you the concept, and then you can take it to the next level and make it even better. So let's say I'm using this template sample website. So what I usually do with clients after I help them is I send them an email and I ask them for a review. So you could create a page name review section where you're going to be doing that, or you can directly add it onto your page. Depends on how you're doing uh, the part where you're going to be sending them that link or having them go to your website for the review is totally up to you. In this case, we're going to create a page just because I like to send them a link usually by text message. So that way, this is something that's going to help us. So this is what we're going to call testimonial reviews and rewards. Okay. Now, what I usually do is I can hide this if I don't want it to be available just for anyone on the page. And I just want to send this link right here, which is going to be this one right here. This is going to be the URL. So if I want to only send this message after, I serve a client by email or text, whatever it is, that's why I'd like to do it this way. So let's get started. So the first thing I'll do is I'm gonna add the form. So we're gonna go where it says forms right there. And then we're gonna go to feedback and then we're gonna select this one right here. Now, the difference is we are gonna be able to use some filters, and based on those filters, you can also have them after they do certain things to go to a specific page if that's what you want them to do. So it looks like a normal thing. Now, what I don't recommend is asking for first and last name because if you ask this right away, they are not going to do it. One, because they're going to be like, well, he's going to know, she's going to know that I'm the one writing the review, right? So a lot of the times there's people that don't, that want to be discreet about it. So for you to increase the chances or the possibilities to getting this feedback, I will not add last name. In this one, I'm gonna change it to nickname. Now, the cool thing about this is that we're gonna be creating a form again. So here we're gonna delete this and we're gonna move this one up here. And you can design this form as you like. So here I'll say uh, share your experience, and then I will add a small text too, just to increase the probability. So here is thank you for helping us improve, or you can also say thank you for your feedback, or this helps us improve our service, or you can also say product, whatever it is. Okay, so this video is going to be very short, but again, it's going to be very useful. So now we're going to go into the cool things, which is going to be filtering certain answers based on the questions that your customer is going to select. So once we have this there, now this is something that we're not going to use. Why? Because with this one, it's going to be impossible to, unless we use some coding. But at the moment, because I haven't worked on that, we're going to use something very simple. So we're going to go here, and we're going to add an element. So you want to go where it says basic field, and then it asks you, I mean, you can select one of this, right? So we can select that option. And then this one, we're going to move it at the top, and then we're going to change the options. So first I'm going to remove the default, and then here I'm going to put 1 star. Then this is going to be 2 star. This is going to be 3 star. And this is 4 star. And last one is going to be 5 star. And then we're going to change the design. So we're going to go here. We're going to go this way. And now, this is where we're going to start getting this thing ready. So here we can do, okay, we can do settings, and then we can change it to please rate our service. Now, after you add that part, of course, you want to move this down a little bit, and then right here we're going to add another field. And then there's one thing that you can do is if you're using something like Zapier, you can use a phone number and then connect it to an application called Twilio, and that way you can send an automatic message. Now, that's a little bit more advanced and more expensive, so we're gonna do the easy, the cheap stuff. I mean the free stuff, not cheap stuff, the free stuff. And we're gonna go here. We're gonna select email, right? Now, why do we add email here if we already have it in this part right here? Is because this is gonna be just to reward a customer that it's not satisfied, that it's mad or upset because he didn't have a good experience. But at the same time, we don't want him to be mad about it. We don't want him to go and bash somewhere else. So instead, one, this is gonna help them like express themselves and write whatever they want, but also they're going to be able to get a coupon or some type of incentive for them to be like, okay, I'm going to give them another opportunity, right? So you kind of try to save this client. Now, in this email right here, they could write the real email or they could just write a fake email. But once we do this, so we're going to go here and we're going to type here, we appreciate your business. Your business. And then here, email. So we're going to go edit field. Where can send your 50%? Type your email. Provide your email. So you can name it anything, like provide your email or share your email or email. Just type email, right? So email, and then as you can see here, it says email. Where can we send your 50%? And then let me see something here. This form, we actually gonna name something else because we're gonna also use an automation. So this is gonna be appreciation coupon. We can even name it 50%. Now you can do something else other than 50%. You can even do 80% or less. But again, it had to be a really good incentive because this client is really upset. Remember that. So you want to make sure that you gain back or you save him because a bad review can cost you a lot of money. If 2 or 3 people see that bad review, then it's gonna prevent, future business. So sometimes in the past, even when somebody was very upset, I even sometimes, pretty much clean the whole debt, like they didn't have to pay anything, just because I know the client sometimes might not be right, but doing these things, one is it's gonna save you a lot of money because yeah, in the moment maybe it's even $400, $500, depends on what type of service you're having, but a bad review can cost you 3, 4, or even 10 clients because it's gonna stay there for a long time, and that again could cost you thousands. So of course, there's always gonna be that bad apple that's just trying to take advantage of the loophole. But if that's the case, then you always can ignore those. But this is for like the actual client that had a bad experience and you're trying to save. So this has to be a name because when we're gonna create an automation right now, we're gonna use this. So just keep that in mind. So we're gonna go back here, and again, where can we send your 50%? Here you can also leave it as email, or you can also say like something like this. We appreciate your business. Where can we send your 50%? Type email. And then once we do that, we're just gonna make sure we extend this. Okay. Now you have almost everything ready. So once you do that, then the first thing you want to do is click somewhere outside the containers that you have, and then you're gonna go where it says form settings, and then you're gonna go where it says conditions. Some conditions, we're gonna add a new rule. The rule is gonna be if, and then before we go here, we're gonna change the title. We're not gonna say select an option. We're gonna actually go where it says, where we go. I don't see manage an option. Sorry. Okay, here it is. So it has to be an edit field. Yeah. So one more time. You find this edit field, and then here rate our service. Okay. So make sure you type that. Now your form looks pretty much ready. Now fix this right here, and then we're gonna upload this right here. So make sure you make it look pretty and everything. You can even add your logo somewhere in there. So now we're gonna go select the form, go to form settings, then you're gonna click conditions. Remember, just click somewhere in the form like that, and then you're gonna see this little menu, and now just go to form settings, conditions. We're gonna add a new rule. So the rule goes like this. So you can create multiple rules for different things. In this case, we want to select rate our service, right? So if rate our service is selected, right, is filled with any option, we don't want that. So we want only the bad reviews, right? So in this case, I'm gonna usually do it for 1 and 2 stars because those are like people that are really upset. 3, sometimes people are just like, yeah, they didn't like it, but it's not enough motivation for me to, give them something. But it's totally up to you. If you think you care about 3, then select it. But if not, just leave it like that. Then what's going to happen is, again, so rate our service is filled with 1 or 2 stars. Then we want to show this. So we're going to select this one, which is going to be, we appreciate your business. And then we're going to put shown. Okay, and then save rule. So what it means is when the form is going to be live, this is going to be hidden unless they select 1 or 2. So this is how you can preview. So that's what your form is going to look like. So the client comes and says, my name is Patrick, or whatever the name is, and then let's say type something like that, right? So if they select 4, 5, or 3, you notice nothing happened, and then they can go and type, the review. But if they select 2, then you have this. And again, you can customize it as much as you want, but I made it very simple, right? So 1 or 2 stars, then they can type their email. So I can type something like, okay, my real email is admin at let's say gmail.com, for example, right? So now you have this email. Now they can share, their opinions, say like, this was bad, whatever, right? And then they send the feedback. Now, once they submit the feedback, then we're gonna create an automation for this specific form right here, where automatically it's gonna send them a coupon. So let's do that part right now. Okay, so what you wanna do, right, is after you have created the form, again, what you want to do is select this menu, go where is the settings, and the name of this is we appreciate your business. Again, this is important to know because um, you can do all the filters as when you're doing the rules and stuff and the conditions. That's why that's important. Now, what we need to know is the name of this whole form right here. So we can click here, form settings, right? And then on settings, you can find what's called feedback. And this is the name of this one. Now, if you have multiple feedbacks, just make sure you know which name it is. So this one, let's say, is feedback 1. So now you can do also an automation. So we're gonna go here. Okay, and the automation we're going to create is to send them some type of incentive because they wrote a review for you. And that's very important because even if they're happy or not, you want to send them something. But for the people that did only 2 stars and they submitted this is what you want, to send them a coupon. And you can customize it for that specific person. So this one you'll have to do it manually, but at least you'll know who did it. And your email, when you get it, is going to tell you um, all the information you need. So that's why it's important to label everything correctly so you know which part was this from. So let's go back to CRM tools here. We're going to go to automations. And then here in automations, we're going to go where it says new automation. And this one we can call it feedback. Now, what we want to do is it has a few options here. So it says Wix Forms, which that's what we want. And then visitor submits a form, and then we can say a specific form. Then it's going to be feedback 1, and then click apply. Once you do that, then this is where you're going to have the option to send an email, right? And this again is really important because you want to kind of like give that incentive to that client. You can also move it in a specific flow. So if you want to go more advanced, we can go here under flows. Let me show you how it works. Once you go to workflows, I know we're going a little bit off topic, but here you can create something like we're going to do a feedback flow, right? So what we want to do is we want to do certain things. So if I add a card, in progress, done. So here we can say something like send coupon. So that way you can track what's going on and then just click if you want to add a new card and then done, send, or you can also do something like follow up. Okay. So that way, if you have multiple clients or team members, they can do certain things. So when we go back to the automations, then you can do move a card in a flow, right? And then here is where you can select feedback flow, and then you can do like send coupon, right? And then what it's just going to do is it's just going to move this car or this person. If you have a user, is going to move it automatically here. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to go where it says to do, right? And we're going to say create a task, and then we're gonna go here. You can assign it to a team member, right? So there's a lot of different things you can do for this type of feedback. Again, that's a little bit more advanced and it takes a little bit more work, but I just want you to know what can you do with automations. Now, the one that we're gonna be focusing on is Wix Forms. We're gonna select a specific form, feedback one, and we wanna send them an email. Once we do that, then here, you're gonna see this email. We're gonna edit, and then all we gotta do is that's my email right there, and then we're gonna go to edit template. So on yours, it's gonna have automatically the email you have. You can add your logo. Here, we're gonna say thank you for your feedback, and then here um, get 10% of your net. Okay, and then here you can say code name. So we're gonna add this code is, then we're gonna select this one. We can name it 10%, or you can also name it code 10 of 9. Okay. So now the name of the code that you're gonna be given here, make sure it's not confusing and it's easy to remember. So I will say 10 now. So that's the code. Okay. And then what I will do is I will link this button to my store. So if I have a store, let's say I'm selling products, you can connect it to a specific page. In this case, because this is a real estate website, you can go to properties. So you can do that on this type of business, right? But at least you can give them some type of business card like sorry, like a gift card, so you can give them some type of code or some type of link to go somewhere where they can get, specific discounts. So again, you can connect that, but at least they know the code now. And now, once you have all the information there, you're just gonna click save and publish. Now, there's one last step to do. I put it at the end, right? So let's say everything looks good. Once they submit the form, they get this, and then you can click activate, and now it's going to be active. So for some reason, I left this after, but you still need to go back to marketing, right? After you do all that stuff, you can, this step also, you can do it before you do everything I just showed you. So you can do it either way, it doesn't matter. Then we're going to go here where it says marketing and SEO. And we want to find marketing tools. So let me see if it's there actually, because it got moved, I think. Um, let's click on marketing. And we want to create a coupon. So let me see where it is. For some reason I don't see it here. Usually, I know it was on coupon. Let me see. Hmm. I think the reason why I don't see it on this specific page is because this is a real estate page. But let's do this. Let me see where it goes. Okay, so the reason why I couldn't see it earlier is because this website, it doesn't have the store option installed already on the page. Now, when we were talking about um, automations, if you don't have a store, because let's say you're just offering services, you can create the automation to send them to a specific, page, or again, you can create your own code. So that way, when they buy something from you, they can use that same code to get that discount. But if you have a store, it makes it even much easier because once you have a store, when you go under marketing and SEO, you're gonna see the option coupons here. And this is very easy because then you can just go create a new coupon. And remember, we name it uh, 10 now. So you have it there, coupon name is 10 now. And then the discount, you can do percentage or you can do discount. This case, we set 50% off, right? And then we can say to all products, or you can also select specific products. So in this case, we're just gonna leave it for all products, and that's it. So now you can select if it expires. Don't set an end date because let's say it's something that you're doing for all those customers that write a feedback. And then you can also do a limit the total number of uses for this coupon. So let's say you can also do it for only 50 people, and then later you want to change this type of marketing because let's say sometimes people start, abusing it. You can also utilize this option where it is one per customer. So if the same customer tries to go back and tries to be sneaky, try to get another 10% off or 50% because now they figure out that once he select 1 or 2 stars, then they're gonna get it because somebody's always gonna try to break the system. That's the nature of technology and everything. So just be prepared. But again, just that's why you have these tools available. So we're gonna limit one per customer, and then we're gonna create a coupon. So now that's where it is. So whenever they go to your store, so let's say you have a store, let me refresh this, and they wanna buy a product or something. Let me see what it is. How do we publish it? Okay, here it is. Now let's say this is your store and they try to buy something, they can use that they can use that coupon. So let's say they want to put this one right here, and then as they scroll down and they add to cart, it might not work right now because it's not connected to anything, but we'll see. Oh, there it is. So it does work. So let's say if they add paying now, and they click apply, right? Now you can see 50% off, so it's $10 off of the 20. So they only pay 10. So that's how you can do this type of feedback page, right? You can customize it as much as you want. Let me go back here. And again, the main thing is for this reviews and reward system is one to kind of like increase um, the better experience that you offer to actually help your customers see what they didn't like and improve those things, but at the same time to avoid people to just going and bashing on other platforms that could affect your business. So that's why this is very important. A lot of people, unfortunately, they don't take it very serious. Now, what I used to do before, and later I found out it's not right. But I'm just gonna give you a little bit of information on that. Is that you could also connect these type of forms with a let's say Yelp or Google page. Now, their policies are not allowing you to kind of decide who writes a review and who doesn't. But before they updated their policy in 2018, you could do things like filter things that if they're writing a bad review to kind of like just leave it within your page. But if they write a good review, you can filter it to they get sent to that page so they can complete the review there. So that's again something that some companies still do right now, and they charge you between $300 and $500. And I don't know how they get away with that because you could get your account blocked for those platforms. But it's a risk that a lot of people take just to keep their good profiles. But at least you can experiment with this type of filters within this form. So if you have a question, you have some type of feedback also for my videos, let me know in the comments. I always like to improve, and I always like to bring things that are going to be useful and valuable for your business. So hopefully this is something that you can take and make it something even better. And please share your website on my comments so that way we can check it out and see how you did it, and then we can all keep improving our ideas. Thank you guys for the support, and I see you next time.